The fast-moving technology, changing work patterns, emerging new opportunities, and shift in lifestyles has brought many challenges to youth today. Their struggles, trials, and problems are increasing day by day. Yoga can help shape a better tomorrow for youth. Let's find simple solutions of common problems by experts in panel discussion on the topic Yoga and Youth. Our next guest is Mr. Neeraj Vaidya. He has completed his bachelor's from Indian Institute of Technology in New Delhi. He also have done postgraduate diploma from Indian Institute of Management, Kozhikode. Also completed Chartered Financial Analyst from American Institute. He is Operation Director and COO at Unified Chemical Zambia. Neeraj has managed companies in Nigeria, Cameroon, Ponty, Nor, Congo, United Arab Emirates and Zambia. Neeraj is passionate about executing strategic projects, reforming and rebuilding businesses and raising capital. His enthusiasm for continual learning is reflected in his YouTube channel where he gives talks on health, inspiration and business learning. Our next panelist is Ms. Raheen Fatima from Pakistan. She is a multi-talented personality. She is a peace and climate change activist, stand-up comedian, theatre actress, aspiring entrepreneur, SDGs ambassador and interviewer. During pandemic, she has conducted over 500 interviews and sessions to foster global peace and achievement of SDGs. She is a gifted child and possesses extraordinary intellect and communication skills. She is a keen learner and quickly understands new concepts and knowledge. She is very adaptive and easygoing. She is culturally aware and easily makes friends with people from diverse backgrounds. She has a passion to work for people and planet. She is ambitious to take her work globally by creating teams and collaborations for making global peace dream a reality. Her immediate aim is to synergize all peace efforts at one place involving all stakeholders across the globe. She believes nothing else but interfaith, intercultural, international dialogue can pave the way for global peace. In the panel, we have with us Ms. Kanto Ravalio Soa, who is a pranic healer who heals physical, emotional, and mental diseases, and Arhatic Yogini. She learned Arhatic Yoga by Master Chao Kok Shui. She is the founder of the association Young Talent Leaders in Madagascar. This association was founded in 2018. It provides leadership, entrepreneurship, and artistical training to its members. She is Christian churchgoer. Her family has an evangelical singer group in the name of Maria Jews. She has done a master's in administration of finance, accounting, and audit. She is currently preparing her master's memory with the theme Financial Profitability of Micro Company Service Provider. On behalf of United Consciousness, I welcome our next guest, Mr. Tapiwa Lazarus Mashaya from Zimbabwe. He has done his academics with subjects like accounting, business studies, economics. He holds a certificate for Higher Education Examination Council (HEXCO) in Computer Information Fundamentals and Computer Operations and Packages. He has worked in Buda bands where he keeps records of students in Zimbabwe, compile their biographies with their pictures. He also did a voluntary mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day of Saints in January 2020 to 22. He is skilled in qualities like leadership, marketing, creativity, innovation, and initiation. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Tapiwa Lazarus Mashaya from Zimbabwe. Today's panel discussion will be moderated by Dr. Vikrant Singh Tobar, convener United Consciousness. Dr. Tomer is an acknowledged trainer, academician, scholar, writer, and a management consultant. He's a freelance trainer and served the cabinet ministers of state, MLAs, police officers, and tycoons of the business world. His aim and objective is universal brotherhood and happiness through harmonizing the knowledge from the ancient scriptures into our lives. So I welcome all our guests for panel discussion.
Welcome all of you, dear friends. We acknowledge your presence. Neeraj Vaidya from Zambia, Raheen Fatima from Pakistan. Welcome back, Raheen. We acknowledge your presence Tapiwa from Zimbabwe, and Kanto from Madagascar. I request all the guests to keep their mic off because it will create some dissonance. Once they speak, then they can switch on the mic. Kanto, if you can also switch off your mic when you're not speaking.
Yeah. Atma Namaste at all.
Uh,
Can you
can
hear
you
me?
please switch off the mic? Can you please switch off the mic, Kanto, when you are not speaking?
Atma Namaste at all.
Namaste. Namaste.
Atma. Mhm.
Thank you. So, dear friends, the topic of our panel discussion today is yoga and youth. And we have young people, youth from different parts of the world. So, let's begin this discussion. As it is said that a child with dream becomes a youth with vision. So, but every new generation comes up with its own challenges. The challenges I faced when I was in my teen must be something different which Raheen is facing as a teen now. And they may be very different with some other people will be facing 20 years down the line. So let me begin the discussion from Raheen Fatima from Pakistan. Raheen, what are the major challenges of youth of today? You meet so many
Hello.
people.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much for having me on. It's my second year on here, and it's awesome, as always. So I am 14 and I'm based in Pakistan. And I think the biggest challenge for youth right now is managing everything, because there's a lot of things nowadays. Like, so at first you have to go to school or college or whatever it is that you're doing, and then you also need to have a social life, and then you also need to spend time with your family, and you also need to focus on your career, and you don't have to be a failure in life. And then there's so many role models that you see on social media, and you go like, oh my god, what am I doing with my life? And so there's a constant pressure, and there's constant stress of just making it in life and being the best version of you. But I think the youth nowadays, it's just there's a lot expected from them, and that's why they feel very pressured. And I know so many people that are very stressed and are going through so many things, and they have no way to manage it. So I think that's the
Well,
biggest challenge for you.
thank you. So Raheen, there she said that managing school, social circles, family, career, lots of expectations of people around are the major challenges. Let's go to Zimbabwe. Tapiwa, what do you think are the major challenges youth are facing today? Maybe in Africa.
Yes, sure. I certainly agree with the respected guest who spoke before me. The last week, there was a day which was called the African Child's Day throughout Africa. It was done under the theme which had to do with eliminating all things which are causing youths not to progress. And one of the reasons that stood out was had to do with drug abuse. Uh, these are things which are happening to the youths um, because at times of being lonely and idle, our youths are not being able to occupy themselves with things that can get to drive them in the way which they need to go in order to achieve success. Um, the other thing which I've also observed has to do with social media. Now, on social media, there are no filters which you have to filter out to say these things are right and these ones are wrong. At times, a voice which is prejudicial can be multiplied exponentially, reaching out to each and every person in the world. So now, because of all those things, they are making an influence on the youths, and at times the youths get to spend more time on social media without having a clear purpose of why they are
Mhm.
being on social media. I think that's that's one of the
Perfect.
things which is
Thank
really
you. Thank you.
affecting the youths
So
of
Tapiwa added to the
modern
list
day.
Raheen gave us. He added drug abuse, feeling lonely at times, wasting lots of time on social media and being confused what is right and what is wrong on there. Let me ask Kento, would you like to add some list from the island of Madagascar? Please unmute and speak, Kento. Yes. Uh, you may need to unmute. Perfect.
Mm. Currently, young people are facing many situations such as family problems, failure in education systems, and mainly in employment. Yeah.
Perfect. Some family issues are also some pressure that is being created. And she said, education, lack of education, or the pressure of education, both cases. Kento, you may need to switch off the mic now. Thank you. So now we have Neeraj with us. Neeraj, you have in a way gone through this phase also. You must you must have also faced these challenges. And you are a student of Vedanta and yoga also. So let's talk about how does or how should a youth deal with this situation. Many youth are still watching us and maybe watching us later. How can they start dealing with this?
Absolutely, I think very interesting points told here. In terms of first, I wanted to point out, there are the three buckets in which all the problems have been, identified with the youth. First bucket is definitely the stress which is created nowadays due to lifestyle pressure, as well as there are other pressure also like health issues, which Tapiwa told that drug abuse is there. Then what there is some family issues are also there as told by Canto. But I think one thing which we missed and which I faced during my youth was this, less focus, because in this time we have too much distraction in our mind, so much of information going through the social media, so much of pressure from all sides. So how to deal with this challenge is obviously we have learned a lot in during this yoga week. I'll say yoga is one of the best answers to all these issues, all these health issues, all these focus issues. And for a youth, I'll suggest he should start with at least practicing, maybe start with 10 minutes practicing some, doing some yoga practice. I'll not advise him to follow any particular cult. I'll just ask them to go to YouTube and have do some meditation, try to do swadhyaya as told by yogi from Turkey. That's what they do, more self-reflection. So once we'll do more self-reflections and do this Vedanta practice, so definitely these will start. Once you see the results, then you will start, observing. You'll start practicing furthermore. So that's my advice to especially youth who are facing so much pressure.
Perfect. Neeraj added this that distraction or lack of focus is also something that youth faces. Raheen, so you mentioned about inability to manage school, social, family, and career, all things together, that time management. You are such an achiever in Pakistan. You are a stand-up comedian. You get time to do so much things. And still, I'm sure that you must be studying also. So how do you manage this? And what are the techniques you would like to suggest?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since I've been managing all this. It's been like 3 years. So for me, at first, it was a little hard. Where like I was also doing stand-up comedy shows, and then I was also going to school. Now I have online school, so that is a little easier. It's less time. It's online. It's at night, so that doesn't disturb my day activities. But I still go out and I still walk, keep myself healthy. For me personally, scheduling, having a schedule where I have, oh, so this is when I have my meetings, this is when I have my school, and then the rest I do not particularly schedule my time that I go out like for a morning walk or for an evening walk, but I like to have time to myself, and to just be relaxed and do not worry about it. Because if you spend the time that you have between the tasks just worrying about the next one, it's just gonna make it worse. So for me, I like to sit with nature, relax, and just think positively and have a schedule, so that I do not lose track of time and you know forget stuff, because I tend to forget a lot of stuff nowadays.
Perfect. She mentioned that plan your day and then work your plan as you decided. Worries does not help, and think positive how it can be done. You are also helping many people. Canto in Madagascar, you are leading youth for more inspired life. So, would you give some suggestions? How do you inspire youth, and what do you tell them how to deal with the problems of family? Because at times parents are quarreling, at times family is not giving due attention to you. How do you deal with such situations?
Yeah, young people can deal with the challenge by getting support by their family or close friends by having a positive vision of their future.
Mhm. Kento mentioned that if you don't get support from the family, first family is the first support. But if you don't get the support from the family, you should have some really good friends with whom you can share,
Yeah.
and you should have some teachers also with whom you can share.
Mm.
That's very important input that you gave, Kanto. Let's ask Tapiwa. Tapiwa, lots of people are into drug abuse. In Africa, we listen many such news. How do you inspire people to shift from drugs to yoga or such modalities which are healthy in nature?
That's a good question. I like the fact that when you are shifting from something bad, you have to have a good alternative. Now, the alternative, of course, that I think is that at times when people are doing bad, of course, it emanates from bad choices and having bad information. Now, my encouragement is that the youth should be able or should have access to information, probably from some learning centers. If some centers for learning are put across in our societies, that youths can gather together, socialize with others, and get to learn from other mentors, they can get to occupy their minds so that they won't have time for drug abuse and, of course, all the other things which are occurring um, to them. Now, I also endorse what the previous speakers said, that we need to take advantage of the people who are around us, our family members. Now, that helps the youths to have a support system. Uh, Many of the friends or families that we have don't endorse all these drug abuses and all that is happening. So, if we are to spend our time socializing with them, if we are to spend our time talking to them about life, they will encourage us. And as time goes by, uh, we'll forget about drug abuse. And now on the yoga part, um, I've also been wondering, where can I start? Uh, I realized at one point in my life I've been using this application. It is called mindfulness. Um, it had a lot of practices about meditation. Um, it was designed to help someone to increase things like compassion, getting to feel better about others, especially those who feel alone and those who may be outcasts in our community. So I realize it's so much related to yoga and
Thank you.
especially the meditation part of it.
Thank you. Thank you,
So I
Tapiwa
think
mentioned about. Thank you, Tapiwa mentioned about the. You should have access to the information. You should have access to the centers of learning. Take professional help. You should have a strong support system if you want to avoid such drug abuse and such things. And he also mentioned importance of mindfulness meditation. Neeraj, we saw that you have done your engineering from one of the reputed institutes of the country, Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi. Lots of stress are there on the students. And
Absolutely.
it is not only people who are struggling to enter into good institutions, they are under stress. Even who have entered in the good institutions, they are also under huge stress, peer pressure, achieving
Absolutely.
marks. So, how do we deal with it? Because everybody around you is an achiever. So, even if
Yeah,
you are achiever, you are in a new normal now. So,
absolutely.
how to deal with that?
Yeah, I'll start with my family. My brother is also from IIT Delhi. So that pressure was, with me since start. He's 3 years older than me. So he is a pass out from IIT Delhi and I am. So it was always on me, you are the next person to, go to, IIT. And people think it's very easy, but, Dr. Tomar, that it's one of the rarest things and very difficult entrance exams. And coming to also college, and even right now also a lot of my friends, so even though I am a CEO of one of the organizations, a lot of my friends, everybody is CEO, CXO, all you will know. When you'll come, once you'll compare, then everybody is great achiever, including my brother or friends or whatever they are. You see people ahead of you and few people are behind. So usually what I see and what I learned, in fact, here again the yoga helps. And good thing was, uh, I did my first yoga, art of living yoga, in my IIT Delhi days. And what I realized when I started and doing this practices, suddenly my performance, even stress was less, and performance, while studying very little, you can execute far more, despite being, if you are, even if you are intelligent and if you are not calm, then your results will not come according to your expectations. Because I have seen a lot of people whose ranks in IITs are quite low. The main reason was that they were not able to handle the exam day stress, in a calmer fashion. So that is one thing, and that stress, I think, even in your current company, everywhere will be with you, in order to grow the company and this. And here again, I'm saying every Sunday I listen to Vedanta. The yoga teachings comes very far and very helpful in this, because once you see the life not in the short picture or short span of time, and you see the life in a macro way, then you see, okay, if certain setbacks are there, okay, those are there to make you learn in certain aspects. So you begin to see more holistic way of the life. You become more resilient to face the stress, which for unfortunately it was not there before the entrance exam of IIT. So I was very stressful, and in fact, you can't, you face a sleepless night
Mhm.
in order to perform. So definitely yoga helps you to manage stress quite well, and and also health, in health perspective also it quite
Thank you.
supports you.
Thank you. So, Neeraj mentioned that along with talent, you need to have a calm mind if you want to face exams, and you continuously facing exams. What he said is, When you give an entrance exam, you are under stress. When you are in that institution, you are still under stress. When campus interview comes, where companies select you, you again have a stress. When you get the job, you have a stress of performing and stress of not getting promoted. So there will be no day that will come, then everything will be perfect. So probably today only I need to learn how to keep myself calm. And that learning comes from yoga. Rahim, Fatima. Rahim, we have seen your profile. So lots of people follow you, but not everybody is being followed by lots of people. And I see youth feel depressed if they are not liked much by others on social media. And it's something that can make or break their day. So whenever they post something on social media and they are not appreciated, they feel bad about it. So how to deal with such situation?
I mean, personally, I started Facebook as like a very weird thing. So there's this person, Rehan Alavala, and what he does is that he would give you a challenge. If you make 500 mutual friends with him, then he would give you a laptop. All I wanted was a laptop to watch Netflix on. That is how my Facebook ever started. And then before I knew it, it was like, 6K and then 10K. And now it's like where I'm like at 15.4K on Facebook. And then there's, more on Instagram. And then, there's more on LinkedIn. So there's a lot of different people that follow me. But I personally think it would affect you to a point where you would think a second before posting something that that would be a little, wait, this is out of the picture, this is sort of out of the box. But I wouldn't affect everything I do in life. It really, if um some of my posts do not get, or like an interview doesn't get as many views as I might expect, I had a fun time. I mean, that's all I care about. But then there's always moments where like, oh my God, what just happened? Like a post of mine on LinkedIn got 780,000 views. And I was like, that is pretty close to a million. And that is a lot of views because I do not have that sort of following anywhere on social media. And I was really, really happy. And I think if you keep doing good work, there will be people that will appreciate you. And for me personally, more than likes, following, or comments, I care more about the DMs I would get, the direct messages I get, because those are the most inspiring things that you can read. That's the best feedback that you ever get. So I think more than stuff like just liking and the double clicking a picture, I think it's better to see the effort that someone's put in to write a direct message to you, appreciating your work or giving feedback, or even sometimes contradicting whatever you're saying. So
And there
yeah.
are many people who bully you on social media also. When I say you, means to the youth. And it really fairly impact on their daily day-to-day mood and their temperament. So people write many nonsense things also. So what is your message? How to deal with that stuff?
I mean, see, um, for me personally, I have never really been bullied on comments or anything of the sort. I might have like received very, very few DMs, like very few, because I have personally only read one. So the rest maybe my manager has. I'm gonna ask him after that. But the thing is if you do get, like I've seen people that would go through my profile and sometimes tell me in person, like, dude, what are you trying to do? Like, you don't look good here, or this, what are you doing? Why are you hanging out with people that are way older than you? I think to handle that is to see that is their perspective on it. What matters the most is people, like, who would I care, what they think about me? Like if my parents say something to me, when they give feedback, or when, if they ever criticize me or something of the sort, yes, it would matter to me. I would want to improve myself. But if it is someone that I do not know that goes by a weird username on social media, I shouldn't care. If I think that I am my better self, if I am better than the Raheen that was yesterday, then I think we're good to go.
Perfect. Thank you. Raheen Fatima, there she said that don't worry about how many likes or dislikes or whatever you're getting. Assure that you should be better than your yesterday. That is what is more important. And you should really have good time doing it. That is most important. And second, she said that how when you get bullying on social media, the way to deal with it is, she said, that know who are the people who matter, whose opinion is really important for you. Pay your attention to those and leave all other things as just their perspective. And it is not important for me. That's amazing. Thank you. Kento, you come from Madagascar. You mentioned about family and education are the major concerns, and friend and teachers are can be your support system. What are the quick tips you want to give to the youth to remain inspired and positive in life? Please unmute and speak. What are the tips you would like to give to the youth to remain inspired and motivated in life? No worries, you fix it. Just you need to unmute it. I will again ask question from you. Till then, let's ask question from Tapiwa. The same question, Tapiwa. What will be your suggestions to the youth watching you? Tips to remain inspired and motivated in life.
Sure. I would want to say the joy that we feel in this life, yes, little or nothing to do with the current circumstances of our lives, but it has much to do with the focus of our lives. Now, if we are so focused on knowing ourselves, if we are so much focused on knowing and discovering our true potential, then we can have more joy despite what is happening and what is not happening. Um, this is a true source of motivation for me.
Mhm.
Whether bad things are really happening to me at the moment, if I get time to ponder and think about where I'm going, I get a lot of motivation. It fuels me to continue going. And I really liked the comment made earlier that comments from others are not so much important than where you are going. Now, we carry out a lot of things on social media. It doesn't matter who liked your post, but it matters much more who has been impacted by your posts, especially those who directly message you. Now, that's how we create, or that's how we become impactful in this
Thank you.
world to others.
Thank you. Thank you. Neeraj, quick tips for the
Yeah.
youth watching you today. What immediately executable things that they should do? And
Mhm.
even if you say yoga, what exactly you mean by that? Yeah, Neeraj, I would like to hold you for a while. Let Kento reply first because somehow she could fix it. Yes, Kento, carry on.
Yeah,
Your tips
yeah.
to the youth to remain inspired in life.
First of all, I advise the parents to learn to know the positive vision of their children and to support them. Also, I advise young people to explore their knowledge and by training on personal development for making their challenge, for making their talent their job.
Thank you, Kento. Over to you. Kento mentioned that parents should assure their support to the kids. Youth should explore their knowledge because knowledge actually is their power in the long run. Work not only on knowledge, but comprehensive personality development because knowledge itself has its own limitations. Thank you. Neeraj.
Yeah, my tip for the youth will be, they should dream big. And from yoga, I'll take it, uh, I think somebody has to mute. Canto, please, can you
Kento, please,
mute?
can you mute it? Yes, thank you. Yes, carry on, Neeraj.
Yeah. Yeah, what I was saying, that youth should dream big, and from the yoga, it should take, swadhyay. So do the self reflection and always focus internally, as told by Tapiva and Rahi, that don't bother about what other people think about you. Make drive, have a motivation from within. Don't bother what other people have achieved, what is there, don't do the benchmark. Make your goal, do swadhyay, and go for it. That is my tip for the youth.
Thank you. Raheen, Fatima, very quick tips to the youth.
To
Executionable.
say, yeah, to stay inspired, I would say, first of all, reflect on what you did yesterday, and just be like, oh my god, I did this. That is awesome. That's what we're gonna do tomorrow. So also, do that and choose who you get inspired by very, very smartly. Because on social media, you see so many people who, oh my god, that's a Rolls Royce. Don't go after that. Go after people that truly, inspire you by their words, but not by um, specifically their actions that are on social media. So that's going to be my quick advice.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, dear friends who are watching us from different parts of the world, we had excellent youth from different parts of the world here as experts and guests. We discussed about yoga and youth. Fatima mentioned that the major challenges of the youth today is ability to manage school, social media, friends, family, career, and lots of expectations. Tapiva added as drug abuse, feeling lonely, and inability to take a choice what is right and what is wrong. Kanto added even family disputes and educational opportunities are also some of the areas which are challenges. Neeraj mentioned that lifestyle, health, and family are the general major domains that may create stress if not handled well. And too much distraction, lack of focus is also one of the challenging areas for the youth. And how to deal with these challenges. Fatima mentioned that first plan your day and then act out your plan. Worries are not worth it. Think positive. Don't bother about what others are writing to you. Receive their messages and whatever appeals to you, follow them. Rest everything is their own perspectives. Know who really matters to you and just only respect those opinions which really matters to you or are coming from the people who matters to you. Have your clear circle of important people. Assure that what you're doing, you should be loving it and you should be having good time doing it. Assure that every day should be better than your yesterday. Evaluate your yesterday. Whatever was good, repeat it. Whatever was bad, refrain from doing it. And know it. Probably she wanted to say that know it that nobody's life is as happening as his Facebook page. So don't get affected by those things. Affected, just follow the people who truly inspire you by their thoughts and deeds. Kento mentioned that family support is very important for youth. It is a really important support system. Explore your knowledge. Give more importance to self rather than selfie. And not only knowledge, it's the personality development that really makes the big difference. Tapiva added that you should have access to the information. If you belong to a community or a place in the world where you don't get enough people, you may go online, but you should have access to the information and you should have access to those learning centers. They can support you to fight against drug and such abuses. And the biggest weapon against drug is your strong internal and external support system. They can really help you to get rid of it. Mindfulness meditation is very important. He said, focus on yourself. Know your purpose of life and focus on your present. It is very much important. Neeraj mentioned that dream big, do self reflection daily, focus internally. People's opinion tomorrow will change. Comparison is a slow poison. Start with yoga. There will be no day that you will witness that everything will be perfect. It's a utopia. Things will remain like this. I need to carry my own weather within. Do I have that ability to keep my calm cool in any situation? If I have it, then I'm really mastering yoga gradually. So do 10 minutes of yoga daily, do some meditation, and then you will be able to see life in a macro perspective, and then you will be remaining inspired, and you'll inspire others also. Thank you very much, Raheen, Neeraj, Kanto, Tapiva, to be here. Even I felt more youthful talking to all of you. My regards. Thank you. Namaste.